All right, let's keep her going. Welcome back. I believe we did 13 through 18, so let's do 19. And keep her going. So we need A11s, which are these bad boys. And if you guys could hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. That'll help me out a little bit. Get some
change our clothes in the living room now?
Yep.
The living room would be that now or what?
Pretty much, so I wouldn't wake you up.
What? The hell are your shorts in there?
I said, so I wouldn't wake you up. I did. I came out
Oh.
front and took my shirts off and put my
What?
bottoms on. Huh, why? It only took me a second. All right. Damn wife. Pain in my butt. No, she's good. She takes care of me, guys. All right, let's see. C3s. So here's a 3. And like I said, I believe one of these is ones that I damaged in the speed run. So I'm going to cut this bad boy off of here because this is the only piece left. I don't see anything else on this one. Nothing left on that tree. I'm gonna keep it though, just in case something weird pops up. I might cut this one off too. I'll cut all these off real quick. Sorry, I know it's not what you want to see, but we're going to be using these parts here in a second. Nothing else on that tree. And that's the C bag. So we need to get one of these. This one came with the 2 dog bones, 2 C's, and what are these? C2, and these are C3s. These are C2s, these are the ones. So we need one more of those out of the bag. All right. Thought we should have 2 of those. How funny, I'm missing. Because we need one of those. Wonder if I lost one of those too. So, keep this in the bag. We shouldn't need anything else out of these bags here. Let's put these back in the bag. All right, so we're looking for these. That's where we got started. Put the bearings on, which are bushings. They say put grease on them if you're using the bushings. We're using bearings, so I'm not putting no grease on there. You could oil them up if you wanted to get a little better, a little faster runs out of them, or okay. So those are put together. C3, BB3 bearing. A11 part, the rear hub. And this is where you got to be careful because this is where you can make it a lower car or a little higher. So, and it'll tell you in here, note direction. So we're going to go in here and see what parts we actually need from here now. So these are the 3 by 22 millimeter screws, which are in, I believe this one right here. No, this one right here. Because they had the weird thing on there, so which we'll pull out here in a second. So we need the two C2, C1s, which are these dog bones. And we need the C2s, which are these two. The cups, the drive cups. Excuse me. And that looks like it. These are put together already. We need 4 of those, 3 by 22s, which are in this one, I believe. So here's the shock springs, and here's this bag of goodies right here. Let's open her up and see what's inside her, huh? Nothing left in the bag. So here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are certain things we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver for, like the shock stance. I'm not positive what these little square ones are for, but I think those can be replaced. But the shock ones you have to use, and they're Phillips, so like I said, there's certain ones. Okay. So here are these 4 right here. And we're getting further and further off the table here, huh, guys? Let's go. Slide this back a little bit. Did I say subscribe yet? Just playing, guys. Coffee. Okay, so here's all my parts and pieces. Now, let's see. Note direction. So for this car, the taller part needs to be down, it looks like. Let's see how. This is a little longer here, and it's a little shorter up there. Same way here. Other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put grease and everything. I'm not putting grease in all that stuff. I don't want to fill up. So if you go like this, put the drive cup in. Drive cup goes in. I'm going to spin it around to find where it's at. Dog bone, boof. And then the longer piece on the bottom. Oops. Make sure your dog bone goes in. And then we'll put a some of those screws. I hope my head doesn't get in the way of this stuff, guys. 4 of those. And these all come from the back. So we're going to put this one in first. And then we'll come back here and put this one in here second. You can see where the screws go in this hole here. And then into this one. You just got to find the right spot. There you go. Okay. And so what that does, let me screw these in, show you guys. I'm doing these ones by hand. Which you'll have to, which I'm being dumb, because that's not a, make sure you switch to your Phillips screwdriver. Yeah, guys, that's great. Just snug, don't go over too overboard, guys. And coarse threads. Like I said, some screws you have to use out of their kit because they don't make those. And see, look at the suspension, it's all very small, okay? And that's what that does. So the taller one picks the tire up, okay? So if you were to flip it around, it'd bring the tire down a little bit and make the bottom of the chassis a little higher off the ground. And that's where you get the Ralley from, the Ralley part of it. It'll bring the chassis up a little bit so you can get your little thicker tires, or the body up, and you know, it lifts the car up and looks like it's a rally car rather than a touring car chassis. Oh. Okay, so let's do this other side real quick. You put your drive cup in, put your dog bone in, make sure the taller one's on the bottom, taller side of it's on the bottom, and you just put your screws in, your little pins in, more of a pin than a screw, but I guess you could use like regular screws if you had to, but these work good. They don't back out. They don't seem to back out anyways. Unlike traxxas, at least I've never had them back out. I've never paid attention to them, so maybe they have and I just tighten them up. Who knows? There you go, okay? They're both tall on the bottom. Always double check your work. And there you go. There's the chassis, guys. With the suspension all in it. Everything's working, everything spins, right? Make sure all your cups are in. Okay, let's put this aside for a second because we're gonna need to be on these stupid shocks. That's why this kit's so cheap. I think it's about 130 bucks or somewhere around there. They're all around the same price, anywhere from 100 and you can find them on sale for like $110. Anywhere from 110 to 160, depending on the body, I guess, because the chassis are all pretty much the same. But yeah, the friction shocks, I mean, come on. I mean, it probably wouldn't cost too much more for them to give you oil shocks, you know what I mean? But this is all on B15, B3, B9, and B16, okay? So, grab your B, all these right here. There's your top shock. bottom shock, or top or bottom, whatever. All the same. All the same junk. That's the only part about this car I don't like is. But you can buy some shocks, or they're actually not too expensive. They're not too bad. If you get oil shocks, they do. Some of them do leak, but that's, you know, part of the game. Even the shocks that do leak are better than the ones that don't leak. I'm sorry, but. And then these things right here. What is this? B10. What are those? Okay. B10. This is what holds them in. Okay. So 4 of those. We're going to do all 4 of these pieces here and get all the shocks built. But 1, 2. Oh, here's this one, B6. So we do need these ones too. Okay. But yeah, I did break my other shocks. That was something too. So when I did the speed runs, they yeah, I broke the shocks. So I took the stock ones, and there's ways to get the springs to not be springy in here, but we're gonna leave them. Like I said, this is gonna be out in front of my house, or maybe I'll bring it to me to like a parking lot or something like that. I doubt it, but this is just gonna be out in front of the house. When I get home, sometimes I just like to go out in front of the house and throw a battery in the car for a few minutes and go run it. My wife thinks I don't ever run my cars, but she's always in the house. And I'd come out here real quick, throw a battery in it, and just stand out front for 5 or 10 minutes and go have fun. And I don't record it. It's just my time. Every once in a while I'll get a close-up or a short or an Instagram picture or something, you know, but other than that, because I am on Instagram too, Kurtz RCs, and TikTok Kurtz RCs. So it's just all one word on there. So let's do this. Let's go here. We need the body here, okay? So this little piece goes into here. Look at that little hole here, and the hole here, see? See the hole is? Hole here, hole here. That goes in like that. This goes in like so. The spring. Then shows the hole being on its side. You got to snap all these in a certain way, and then the groove down below. Okay. Then on this one, it shows being twisted like that, and locks it in. Okay. And then this one is clipped into this hole here, just like so. There you have your cheap ass shot. I love it. Okay, so let's do that again. Here's the little hole. I'm gonna pop this in right here because didn't realize that. A little spacer, spring, goes down and turned. Okay, there you go. Show you one more time real quick. Pull, little clip to hold them in together. It's kind of funny how they make that little clip though. That goes on its side, up and down. Right. Your spacer, spring, and your clip with the big groove on the bottom, and then twist it to you. And it locks it in there. So when you take them apart, that's the same way. So watch out if you're gonna, you know, start messing with them or something. They're gonna fall apart on you. So your little hole, little groove, little clip, spacer, spring, big groove on the bottom. Oops. And twist to you. Gotta push in a little bit and then twist. All right. Easy shocks to put together. Now we're gonna be using all these little Mamba Jamba ones. See how they got the sleeve on there already? They're built in there. That way when you slide them in, they slide on the, you don't need the pivot balls like most of your shocks have because of these sleeves. There's certain companies like Traxxas use some of these on their older cars. So this one shows bottom hole, top hole, and this is the front. Yeah? Touching front dampers, yes. Okay. So we need the Phillips screwdriver. Don't forget this time. And what do we say? Bottom hole, top hole. Bottom hole for the top. Yeah, everything's black on this car right now, so it's tough to see sometimes. So that's where this screwdriver just a little bit off. You can feel it if you don't put enough pressure on it, it bounces off. And then you got to make sure you don't go too far, because they do have a sleeve on it and they're not going to tighten up all the way. See how the sleeve sticks out a little bit? So when you tighten it up to the end of that sleeve. Don't tighten it up, try to go get the shock too tight. It'll just strip out. So once it snugs up, just stop. There's no reason to go tight on these. All right, and then we said the top ones on the bottoms. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Some of these are different size, so be careful. See the size? 3x14. My buddy Eric, Unknown RC, go check him out. Printed me out this thing. One of my, I use this thing all the time. There's a 14, so that's a 14 millimeter. And this other one's I don't know where those ones go, but we'll find out, I guess, huh? Let's go into the steering. This is probably like a 16. Yep, this is a 16. So just be cautious of that. And we said upper. And we said upper. And that's the other part of I think when you do a rally car, the shocks go in a different spot to make the travel a little bit more. Okay. Who knows? We might do some upgrades on this thing. You know, I haven't decided on this thing yet. I might just buy an upgraded chassis eventually. But we shall see. Okay, that's step 22 is done. That was just the front. I'm sure then we do the back now, huh? Since, and that's the same way. The bottom and then the top. Right? These don't have much movement in the back at all. The front seem to have a little bit more, but the back don't have much movement at all, guys. So, here's, let's get these thrown on. Trying to show you guys what I'm doing here, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of the plastic, but it seems to hold up pretty good on these cars, so can't complain too much, I guess. And finally the heater kicked off. I'm gonna hear me a little bit better. Let's get this one on here. My wife's up, so everything in the house is going now. Washing clothes and try to get out here before the house wakes up so I can have a little bit of time to myself. And but it's gonna be one of those days where it's raining outside, it's cold. Yeah, make sure I'm in the right. Get in the hole. Okay, man, you can tell some of this plastic is stronger than others. Like these, where these shocks went into right here, you can tell this plastic's a lot softer than this plastic up here. And we're going into the top hole and the bottom also. That's where you might need to push up on the shock a little bit on this one. Get it on there. Yeah, you can tell this stuff's a lot softer. So be careful when putting it in there. I like sliding the shock over so you can see when that hits. Because if you just keep spinning on these bottom ones, they'll just keep spinning. All right. Yeah. Everything's going. The front feels so much softer than the back. The back are so tight. It's just the way they're set up. Okay. So here's where this all comes into now. All the debating whether or not we should do the on here or not. Or if I should save these for the speed car, which, you know, I think the speed car is what it is. Let's do this one, because this is the one I'll probably do upgrades to if I do. I do want to get a center shaft for it. Go in the blue. Maybe eventually buy other parts for it. We'll see. I got so many cars and stuff like that that I do upgrades on that I'm and there's 3 of those, so one must be the other link too. So we're not going to do this part of the book because we don't need to pop in all those pins and put on all those holes. We'll do it. It does kind of take after the same thing here, guys. So 33 minutes. Maybe I should have enough time to do that one on. And then all of a sudden it jumps over to this. Are we done? No. Oh, then it goes to the servo. Okay. And that's where we're going to start putting the screws and all that kind of crazy stuff in. Yeah, why not, right? Why not? So let's open all these up. So this doesn't even come with here's the part number that I'm using for this. You guys are interested? This is the steering assembly. Which is that centerpiece right here. It doesn't show it there, does it? Why wouldn't it show it there? Maybe because it doesn't go on yet. But it's going to show these 2 arms right here. That's what those 2 are. And here's all the spacers and things like that. Okay. So this is going to be trial and error here, guys. So don't get all crazy on me, okay? but I'm pretty sure it's going to be just like the book. It's just going to be everything. The screws are going to be a little different. Okay. So here are these two pieces. There's bearings in these already. The problem is I don't know which way goes up and which way goes down. I'm assuming this is the up part. See how one has one has those and one doesn't. And I'm assuming these go through here. And then onto here. That's what I'm assuming. Or do we assume they're going the other way? Like that, maybe. So these two and these go together, which I'm assuming are for those. I don't know what this one is for. Well, this one probably goes in the center here. Okay, and here's this part number. Sorry guys, but this is going to be a, like I said, a little trial and error here. They don't really give you directions. There's screws for these. But here's your steering link, which we're not going to use right away, and here's your other two spacer bars here. Okay. All right. So those don't go in very far. I don't like those at all. No, don't like those at all. Those aren't the right ones. So these have to be the right ones. Yeah. Those go a lot through farther. So, and then these on top of that. Okay. Yeah, those look like they should be up top. I'm liking that on the bottom. This on the top. I'm thinking that big piece goes in the back. So it can go over the top of that, huh? Or do we go with the front? No, because that's got to go there. Why don't they make that the same? Where does it go underneath? Hang on. Maybe that's what it is. Hold up, wait a minute. Then I put some boom in it. So where is that other piece at? Let's screw all this up here so we can turn the page. I didn't show you putting that on yet. How funny. Okay, so it does go on the top at the end. Alright, let's try this. Let's see what this does here, guys. Let's bolt this thing in. Let's see what it does, huh? So we're going to put this one up top. This goes on the bottom. That's how I'm doing it. So I'm putting the little flange on the bottom so it has something to sit on here, nice and smooth. Then you have this big washer on the top. So I don't think you need a second big flat spot up top. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Then I'm going to put this little nipple in the back. It's a little taller, so you can put the cross member on top of that. So let's get this in here. Let's see. And this looks level to this, so when these arms go across, they're going to be level across. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so it goes there, and this goes, I guess this one doesn't matter which way those go, but this goes here, right? And that gives it enough clearance to get over the top of the drive shaft. And those little step ups, because these are taller than those. So, and these go here. And these are 12 millimeters. That's what they're using here, but we're going to use whatever they give us here. Okay. And it shows them going to the outside, the far back ones. Let's do that. Okay, we still got a little bit of time left here, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to keep them under an hour. It's a good background noise while you're working on a car if you want. That's what I do sometimes. I don't film everything I do. It gets a little... Man, those are tough ones right there. Still a little bit to go. There we go. Okay, and then this would go here. That's what I'm thinking. That's the only thing where I think that might be upside down, but I don't think so. Yeah, okay, now we're good. So then we take another one of these, and we should Loctite these, but I'm not going to right now because of how uncertain we are of the way this is going. Let us go on metal into metal. You always want to Loctite metal into metal. I'm just snugging it. Yeah, so that looks good to me, guys. Lots of easy movement. This bad boy will fit on here no problem. So let's put this side on. Kind of funny they give you these. Probably what I should have been using was these, huh? I don't like those. They're gonna go. I don't know why they gave you countersunk ones. Yeah, we might have to mess with these to get the steering a little correct too. It doesn't, it's just the way they came factory. Use the drill. This one was a little tight getting this one down, so go slow. Okay. This one I will use a screwdriver because we'll use a different screw. Stick it in there first. Just make sure you don't cross thread. You'll really be upset. So I'm not going to Loctite. I'll pull these back out and Loctite them a little later on. Make sure they're all even Steven, because this is where the looks like we're going to be right here. And looks like it might be pretty far out of whack. What happened to all the other screws? That's what, how funny. We're going to use some different screws here, guys. Yeah, those will work. I'm going to put this in just to see. It's says not to yet. After you do that, after you get your servo in and all that. So we do have to find a servo. I have plenty of servos laying around somewhere. Just gotta find them. So it doesn't look too far off. They're a little towed in. This one's a little towed in. This one can be up a little bit. They both need to go up a little bit. Here's where that center is. So they're not too bad. This one looks like it needs to go up a little bit. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's that wasn't too bad. You got this screw for here. That's what I'm assuming this one's for. Right. So when you put your then you just got an extra one of these for some reason. You got all these that were for it. This will go here to the servo. You got all your blue parts. But yeah, I think I will start blinging this thing out eventually. Not right now. And this looks like a good spot to stop here. 25. So we did the whole steering on. Or no, I did this whole part in this shot spring. So 19 through 25. Did I show you? So here are the other parts. If you're looking for them. This part is the centerpiece, which is this part. This one here, which is A3, which is this part right here. And then B12 are the links right here, the steering links. And then you have these cups, or the balls that you got to snap into there, which are these pieces, B11. So you need 4 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those, okay? So they're all on there if you find the right pieces, see? They even give you a couple extra balls on these ones. You got 2 of these. Then you do 4 of those. And then this one is the one that has the centerpiece going across. And these pieces here, so you'd have to get both of these, which are these pieces here. Okay. And there you go. And it shows you how to put them in right here. The back hole. These go in this one with the little washer. There's a little washer somewhere too, it looks like. Doesn't show you that washer though. Yeah, right here. So yes, there is there were a couple washers somewhere here. Okay. So those went with these screws. These are 3x18. Those went with those. And that's it, guys. That was that's it. And I don't know what this little piece is right here. Sponge tape for probably this right here, I imagine, huh? This is sponge tape. For what? I have no idea. It's supposed to go right here, maybe? I don't know. I don't know why you would even put that in there. It shows it going right up there for some reason. Yeah, that's an MB6 3mm washers, what that was. And then your 3x12s, which were, I guess these, huh? A couple more of those. No, those don't make sense. Oh, these right here, these are 3x12s. They're a little longer than 3x10s. That's why we went to the 12s on there. Okay. Because they come almost all the way out to the ends there. But nice steering. Not as good as I would want them to be, but I think that might be a little backwards myself. Yeah, those are super loose, and that's not a little bit of. Yeah, that feels better. These are a little too tight right here. All right. Sorry, guys. Just messing with that. I'm gonna take a little tuning, I think, to get it going. Like I said, I'll pull all these out. The metal on metal. This one and this one, and these two I'll pull out because we're not even supposed to have those in yet. It's showing all the way up here, so now it's starting to get into like the servo, centering the servo and putting the servo horn on. So I need to hook all this stuff up to get my center of my servo centered, so I can put this up the way they want it, straight up and down. And I'll have to cut the Tamiya plug off to do that and solder on my own plug and all that stuff. So maybe we'll do that on the next one, and then we can get this one in. See, and here's this other piece right here, the longer one, the extra 2 balls that are laying there for the come off the servo horn. That's the steering linkage. We'll put the servo in. I think I got a little cheap servo in there somewhere. SpeedTek RC has some nice, good, strong, cheap servos. You guys are looking for a servo? Go check them out. 10% discount, Kurtz RCs. Use that code. Right, and they show all this going in on the next one. Okay, so we're all the way up to 25, guys. Let's call this a wrap. And, have a great day. You guys go out there and smash up a curb. All right. Please like, subscribe, and peace out.